Hey there, friend. Have you ever woken up in the morning, taken a deep breath, and felt that familiar ache in your back, like it's reminding you of every year you've lived past 60? I know I have. It's almost like your body saying, hey, we've been through a lot together, but I'm not moving as smoothly as I used to. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. Back pain sneaks up on so many of us as we get older, and it can feel like it's stealing a little bit of that spring in your step you used to take for granted. But here's the good news. It doesn't have to stay that way. I'm so glad you're here with me today because we're going to talk about why your back hurts after 60. And even better, 4 simple stretches that can make you feel 20 years younger. Imagine bending down to tie your shoes or reaching up to grab something off a shelf without that nagging stiffness holding you back. That's what we're aiming for, and I promise it's easier than you might think. So, why does this happen to us? Well, as we hit our 60s and beyond, our bodies start to change in ways we can't always see. Think about it like this. Over the years, you've been lifting groceries, chasing after kids or grandkids, maybe even dancing at a wedding or two. All that wear and tear adds up. Your spine, which has been your trusty backbone, pun intended, through all of it, starts to feel the effects. The little cushions between your vertebrae, those discs, they lose some of their bounce. Muscles that used to be strong and flexible might tighten up because we're not moving them as much as we did in our 30s or 40s. And then there's posture. Oh, posture. If you're anything like me, you might catch yourself slumping a little more these days, especially if you've been sitting for too long watching your favorite show or scrolling through pictures of the grandkids. All of this can gang up on your back and leave it feeling sore, stiff, and just plain tired. But don't worry. We're not here to dwell on the aches. We're here to do something about them. These 4 stretches I'm going to share with you are like a little gift you can give your body every day. They're gentle, they're easy, and they're designed with us in mind, folks over 60 who want to feel good without overdoing it. You don't need fancy equipment or a gym membership. All you need is a few minutes and a comfy spot in your living room. Let's start with the first one, because I think you're going to love how simple it is and how quickly you'll feel the difference. Picture this. You're standing in your kitchen or wherever you feel steady, and you're going to try what I like to call the gentle cat-cow stretch. It's borrowed from yoga, but don't let that scare you. It's nothing complicated. Stand with your feet about hip-width apart and place your hands on your thighs, just above your knees. Now take a nice, slow breath in, and as you do, lift your chest up toward the ceiling, letting your head tilt back just a little, like you're looking up at a beautiful sky. Feel that gentle stretch through your upper back and chest. That's your spine waking up. Then, as you breathe out, round your shoulders forward and tuck your chin toward your chest, like you're curling into a cozy ball. You'll feel your back stretching out in the opposite direction. Go back and forth like that, inhaling to lift, exhaling to round for about 30 seconds or so, just 5 or 6 rounds. It's like giving your spine a little massage, loosening up those tight spots that build up from sitting or standing still too long. I do this one in the morning sometimes, and it's amazing how it shakes off that stiffness before I've even had my coffee. Now, if standing feels a bit tricky for you, no problem at all. You can do this one sitting in a chair too. Just sit up nice and tall, hands resting on your thighs, and move the same way, chest up and open as you breathe in, shoulders rounding forward as you breathe out. The beauty of this stretch is how it works your whole back, from your neck down to your lower spine, without pushing you too hard. It's gentle enough that you can do it every day, and it starts to remind your body what it feels like to move smoothly again. Have you ever noticed how much better you feel after just a little movement? That's what we're tapping into here. Let's ease into the second stretch, because this one's all about giving your lower back some love. And trust me, it deserves it after all the years it's carried you through. This one's called the Knee to Chest Hug, and it's as cozy as it sounds. You'll want to lie down for this one, so find a spot on your bed or a soft rug, wherever you feel comfortable. Lie flat on your back, bend your knees, and plant your feet on the ground. Now slowly bring one knee up toward your chest, like you're giving it a little hug with both hands. Pull it in as far as feels good. Don't force it. Just let it be a nice, easy stretch. You'll feel a gentle pull in your lower back and maybe even your hips, which tend to get tight as we age too. Hold it there for about 20 or 30 seconds. Breathing nice and deep, then switch to the other leg. If you're feeling up to it, you can even bring both knees in together after you've done each side separately. It's like telling your lower back, "Hey, relax, I've got you." I remember the first time I tried this one. I'd been fussing with some gardening, and my back was not happy about it. After just a minute of this stretch, I could stand up straighter without that little groan I'd gotten used to. It's amazing how something so simple can make such a difference, isn't it? And the best part is, you can do it whenever your back starts to grumble, after sitting through a long movie, or even first thing in the morning to start your day off right. Now that we've loosened up your upper back with that cat-cow and given your lower back a break with the knee-to-chest hug, let's move on to something that ties it all together and gets those hips in on the action too, because they play a bigger role in back pain than you might think. So, here we are, already making some great progress on giving your back the care it deserves. You've got that gentle cat-cow stretch waking up your spine, and the knee-to-chest hug soothing your lower back. It feels good to move a little, doesn't it? Like you're reminding your body that it's still got plenty of life left in it. Now, let's keep that momentum going with our third stretch, because this one's a game changer for tying everything together. Your back, your hips, and even those tight spots you didn't realize were sneaking up on you. We're going to try what I call the seated twist. And trust me, it's as easy as it is effective. Find yourself a sturdy chair. Your favorite kitchen chair or that comfy one in the living room will do just fine. Sit up tall, feet flat on the floor, and take a moment to settle in. Imagine a string pulling you up from the top of your head, lengthening your spine a bit. It's a nice feeling, right? Now, place your right hand on the back of the chair, near the edge, and your left hand on your right knee. As you breathe out, gently twist your upper body to the right, looking over your right shoulder, like you're checking out something interesting behind you. Don't push it too far. Just go where it feels comfortable and let your back and hips ease into that little spiral. Hold it there for about 20 or 30 seconds, breathing nice and slow. Then come back to the center. Switch it up. Left hand on the chair, right hand on your left knee, and twist to the left. Same deal. Gentle, easy, and oh so good for your spine. This twist is like a little reset button for your back. It stretches out those muscles along your spine that get stiff from sitting or standing in one position too long, and it gives your hips a chance to loosen up too. I bet you've noticed how your hips and back seem to team up sometimes, right? If one's tight, the other's quick to complain. That's because they're all connected, and this stretch helps them play nice together again. I love doing this one after I've been sitting through a long phone call with my sister. She loves to chat, and it's amazing how much lighter I feel after. You can even do it a couple times a day if you feel like it, maybe once in the morning and once before bed. It's like giving your back a friendly little nudge to stay flexible. Speaking of staying flexible, let's ease into our fourth stretch because this one's all about opening things up and making you feel taller, stronger, and, dare I say it, 20 years younger. We're going to do what I call the doorway chest opener, and it's perfect for undoing all that slumping we tend to do without even realizing it. You know how it goes? You're reading the paper, or maybe you're texting the kids, and suddenly your shoulders are creeping up toward your ears. This stretch fixes that in the simplest way possible. Find a doorway in your house, anyone will do, and stand right in the middle of it. Raise your arms out to the sides, bending your elbows so your hands are pointing up, like you're making a big W shape. Now place your forearms and hands flat against the doorframe on either side. If that's too high or feels tricky, you can lower your arms a bit. Just find what works for you. Take a slow step forward with one foot, keeping your arms on the frame, and lean your chest gently through the doorway. You'll feel this beautiful stretch across your chest and the front of your shoulders, and it's going to pull your upper back into a happier, straighter position. Hold it there for about 20 or 30 seconds, breathing deeply, and then step back to relax. You can do it a couple times if it feels good. Just don't overdo it, because we're all about keeping this easy and gentle. I remember the first time I tried this one, I was shocked at how tight my chest had gotten from years of hunching over my knitting or leaning into the counter while cooking. After just a few seconds, I stood up straighter without even trying. It was like my back said, "Oh, that's what I'm supposed to feel like." And here's a little tip. If you're near a doorway during the day, like when you're heading to the kitchen for a cup of tea, stop and give this a quick go. It's so simple, but it works wonders for keeping that stiffness at bay. Now that we've opened up your chest and given your back this lovely stretch, you're probably starting to feel how these little movements build on each other, right? Each one's like a piece of the puzzle, helping your body remember how good it can feel to move without pain holding you back. All right, my friend, we're in the home stretch now, pun intended. You've already got 3 fantastic stretches under your belt. That gentle cat-cow to wake up your spine, the kneaded chest hug to soothe your lower back, and the seated twist to keep everything moving together. Then we added that doorway chest opener, and I bet you're already standing a little taller just thinking about it. These stretches are like a team of good friends, each one pitching in to help your back feel better, stronger, and more like it did years ago. And now, let's wrap it all up with a little reflection and some encouragement, because you deserve to feel amazing at any age, and you're well on your way. Think about how your back feels right now compared to before we started. Maybe it's a little looser, a little less grumpy when you move. That's the magic of giving it some attention. See, after 60, it's so easy to think that aches and pains are just part of the deal, like they're moving in and setting up camp for good. But what we've done here together shows that's not true. Those discs in your spine might not be as springy as they were when you were chasing after toddlers, and those muscles might need a bit more coaxing to stay flexible. But with just a few minutes of stretching each day, you're telling your body, hey, I'm not ready to slow down yet. And it listens. That's the beauty of it. You've got more control than you might realize. Let's tie it all together, because these 4 stretches aren't just random movements. They're a little routine you can make your own. Picture this. You start your morning with that cat-cow stretch, maybe while the kettle's boiling, letting your spine ease into the day. Later, after you've been sitting for a bit, say, reading a book or watching the grandkids play, you lie down for that knee-to-chest hug, giving your lower back a break. Then, when you're up and about, you sneak in a seated twist in your favorite chair, keeping those hips and back in harmony. And anytime you pass a doorway, you pause for that chest opener, opening up your shoulders and reminding yourself to stand tall. It's not about doing them all at once or pushing yourself too hard. It's about sprinkling them into your day whenever it feels right. Even 5 minutes here and there can add up to a back that feels younger, freer, and ready for whatever you want to do next. I've seen this make such a difference for folks just like us. My neighbor, Joan, she's 68, used to wince every time she got up from her porch swing. I showed her these stretches, and now she's out there watering her flowers without a single complaint. She told me the other day, "I didn't realize how much I'd gotten used to the pain until it started going away." And that's what I want for you, too. It's not about turning back the clock to your 20s, though wouldn't that be something? But about feeling good in the body you have right now. Maybe it's bending down to pick up a drop spoon without a second thought, or reaching up to hang a picture frame without that old familiar twinge. Those little victories add up, and they're worth every gentle stretch. So, what do you think? Have you tried any of these yet, or is there one you're excited to start with? I'd love to hear about it. Drop a comment below and let me know how it's going for you. Maybe you've got a story about how your back's been acting up, or a moment when you felt that stiffness melt away. Sharing those experiences can inspire someone else watching this, and it's always nice to know we're in this together. If you found this helpful, give the video a little thumbs up. It really helps us reach more folks who might need a boost too. And if you want more tips like this to keep feeling your best, hit that subscribe button. I've got plenty more to share, and I'd love to have you along for the ride. Here's the thing. You're not just 60 or 70 or whatever number you're at. You're you, with all the wisdom and spunk that comes with it. These stretches are just a way to keep your body in step with that spirit, so you can keep doing the things you love, whether it's gardening, dancing, or just enjoying a quiet moment with a cup of tea. Small changes, big rewards. That's what this is all about. So, here's to you, to moving easier, and to living your best life no matter how many candles are on the cake. Keep stretching. Keep smiling, and I'll see you in the next one.